Thanks for joining. I got your message. So, yeah, I know what you are working on. Well, this is 5 minutes past the time. Um, well, I just hope I could have this meeting accept people automatically without me having to admit them. So, well, I will start. Good evening or good evening. I'm sure it's, or good afternoon. It's still afternoon for me. So, I assume everyone is fine. I've asked and few people have responded. And I'm an AI engineer or software engineer, workflow automation. I do anything that, makes your business run smoothly and, not run smoothly, but run so you can scale, so you can, run with speed and also have all the desired features that you need for your business. So the class, with first class we had, an open first class we had was last Wednesday, and I tried to like cover, things and know how much people are using AI these days and know if we are also moving along with it or we are just in the dark and letting the young generation carry this and run with it. So with that, I prepared something and I wanted to, share with us. I will just take few minutes to run through my slides. We'll look through it. This class, like I said, is hands-on, so I expect that you also have access to any of your LLMs. I mentioned in the meeting description, you have to participate. If you're not going to participate and you're just here to listen, for listening's sake, please, I will advise that you go to sleep. There's no point. Just go to sleep because it might be one of those things that you listen to and you don't apply it. But if it's something you want to apply and you want to contribute and say something, say your pain points. Most of you didn't even send message to me. Say your pain points on this call. So I am addressing you and addressing your pain points. I don't like to be on call with people and well, I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm just talking to myself. So thing for the first thing I wrote is, being sure that you have access to LLM. You've used one before. I know majority of us are using ChatGPT, which is the most common. There is also other ones like the Gemini. There is, Claude. There is Perplexity. All of these tools offer free version, but if you want to keep using them extensively and want them to perform at their capacity, you have to be on the paid version so that those tools can do things for you. And you ask yourself, why do we even need AI? AI is this, AI is that. Well, humans still maintain creativity. We think through things, we are creative, we make judgments, we have these ethical decisions. We that is how we are built. So that, as time changes, with things changes, with the things we learn, our perception about things changes. So we are still the creative thing here. But what do we need AI for? You need AI for speed, for scaling, pattern rec- pattern recognition, and also processing ability. So what does scale mean? Scale means if I'm doing this one per day, AI can do 10 per day for me, 100 per day, 1,000 per day for me. So that is scale. So something I can do in smaller batches, AI can do it in larger batches for me. What is speed? Things that I can do in that can take me a whole day to do. With AI, I can do that thing in 1 minute, in 2 minutes, in 3 minutes, and even in less. Or things that can take us months to get done. AI just does it without even thinking too much about it. Then processing ability is, the way we process thoughts, like in the meeting, before we will process ideas and talk about what we think, AI has already processed it and, given us feedback. So it has that high processing ability that we process things, but they have high ability to process things faster than humans. So that's why we need it. So you're not leaving things entirely for AI to do for you. You are contributing to it, but you're letting it scale for you and run faster for you. So if I write if I'm a person that do audits for people that have if I do audits for you for people that have businesses. So instead of doing one audit per day or one audit per week, with AI ability, I could be taking more clients, I could be taking more customers, and I'll be producing audits for them faster because I have a tool that is using for me. When the innovation of machine came, people say, "Oh, machine is a faster way of doing work." So instead of me going to go grind beans with my hand, using mortar and pestle to grind it, I can use a blender that does it faster and gives me results. So it will give the same result I want, but it did it faster. So which is the scale and the speed that we want machines and AI to be doing for us so that we can focus on creativity instead of competing with it. So thing I wrote here about writing description or writing a prompt is first we have to be intentional with delegation. Now I've mentioned what delegation is. Something I do audit reports. I know I do this every day, I do this every week, I do this every month, or I do this at the end of the month. This is something that I know that is repetitive. So it means if I have a personal assistant, I could give a personal assistant to do this for me. So that is delegation. Something someone else can do for you, that is delegation. So if someone can do it for you, why not? You can give an AI to do it. But before you even do that, you have to be able to describe what you want the AI to do for you. You have to be able to describe it. You have to have that discerning judgment. So discerning is now, oh, is this good? Is this good enough? Or do I still need, it to do it better? So discerning is deciding, oh, whether this is good or you still need it better, or, tweaking it. That's the way I would define discerning. And the last one is, diligence. So is it doing the right thing? When I mean diligence, how much of the information am I using? Someone here sent me a message saying they work in a hospital. So are you diligent with the information you give it? Are you giving it people's PII? So PII is personal information or personal information. Something personal information is the PII. Are you giving AI people's PII? Are you even giving your own personal information to AI? So this is about being diligent with the things you do, giving it the information it should get, and denying it the information you shouldn't get. So remember the 3Ds when you're prompting. You have to delegate, you have to, describe, you have to discern, and you have to be diligent with the things you do. Okay, so moving on, let me go to the slide and see for promotion. Oh yeah, okay. So I'll get to you, Dorothy. Well, what we'll cover today, I'll also show you guys do a walkthrough on ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT as an example because most people use ChatGPT. If you're looking for a walkthrough on Claude, or you're looking for a walkthrough on Perplexity or Gemini, maybe if I have another class for that, I will let you know. But for today, I'll be walking through ChatGPT. So I will show you guys. I have a slide I wanted to share, but well, I prefer to do hands-on and show people the real thing than just yapping. All right, I will share my screen here. Let me know if you're seeing my screen. And as I'm doing this, please share screen or share window. Please be sure that you're doing same for yourself. Even if you're not typing it right now, at least be taking notes and be saying the things, oh, this is what I want to do for my business. This is how I want to apply it. Like things like that. Just be thinking about it for yourself and your use case. So here, this is ChatGPT. Everyone knows ChatGPT. If you don't know it, you let me know. It also has a mobile app called still ChatGPT. If you're using, well, if you don't know the app, also let me know so I can show you where the app is on either Google Store or on App Store. But I assume that everybody knows it. Not seeing its place. Well, is any other person seeing my screen, or is it just you, Amara? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we
Okay,
can
it's
see
blank
it
from my
clearly.
end here.
Oh, someone is black. Yeah, the screen is black. So, um, but what I would do, someone says I should zoom. So let me make it bigger. Well, this doesn't even make it better. Okay. Oh, unfortunately, my screen is usually black. Let me see if I can change this to white to make it easier for you guys. Appearance. I'll set this in dark. I'll make the slide. Okay. Is this better now? I will also make it bigger. Let's see. Okay, this is how big I can make it. So if you're still not seeing it, you let me know. So this is ChatGPT. Someone said is go ahead. All right. So this is ChatGPT. Someone is asking, is this the normal ChatGPT? Yes, this is the normal. It's just ChatGPT by OpenAI. So OpenAI is the company and ChatGPT is the app. So I am on the paid version, but if you're on the free version, most of the things I'm going to talk about, you will see it. But the only thing is you might not use it longer in a day than I would use it. So if you're starting a new chat, this is where you go. You just is already on a new chat. You start typing. But before we start typing anything, there are just some functionality we need to talk about and how to set up some things and just for you to know how these things operate. I'm not sure if all of you use ChatGPT on the computer or majority are just on the phone. But whatever I'm showing here, I will try to also show if this is also available on the phone. Starting from my right, this thing you see here, if I hover over it, if I hover over this thing, it says turn on temporary chat. So it means if I want to just chat about something that I don't want it to be in my history, I can open that temporary chat and chat. Whatever I'm done doing there, if I close it, it is done. The history is gone. The same way you use your incognito window, anything you type there doesn't save in your history. You type and it's gone. I can also see this on my phone. I don't know how clear my phone will show for you guys. But if you're on the phone app, it will still be on the same right-hand side. It will be up there. So if you use it on the laptop, yes, you will still see it on the same position. You click on it and it will take you into a temporary chat. You chat whatever you chat. Once you close it, it is closed. So moving on, I'm on the chat window. You see it is chat. If I click here, it says work. So let me be sure that also shows on the phone. If I'm on the phone app, it also shows me the same thing. There is chat and there is work. What is the difference? Difference is on the chat, you're just chatting back and forth. You say something, it does some, it responds to you. You say something, it responds. But when you're on the work version and you start typing, so you only get on the work version if you want ChatGPT to do something for you. You're not just asking it to respond. So doing something for you will be, oh, check my email. It's going to go check your email. Now you're asking it to go do something. Oh, check my calendar. What do I have in my calendar for this week? Summarize what I have in my calendar this week. Or in the morning, oh, you go to work and ask it, what do I have in my calendar this today? It will go to your calendar and it will bring all the meetings that you have. You can tell it, oh, cancel this one, I don't want to do this anymore, or schedule this meeting. You can do it on this work. But like I said before you use this, you have to give it access to your email or give it access to your calendar, so it can create things, it can update things, and it can also delete things. So you give it permission, it will do that. If you're using your personal email or personal Gmail and you're confident you're okay, you can connect it. Yeah, it's fine. Me too. I connect my calendars and emails to AI, so I can use it. So if you're okay, you can share your calendar with it and it will create things, update, delete, and do things like that. So remember what I said, chat and work. Work is you want it to do something for you. Oh, go to Notion, my Notion app, create this blog post or create this report and put it in this place. It will create a report and put it in that place. That is work. But chats, you're just back and forth. If you say something, it will respond the way we are chatting, talking. But if you want it to do something, you use the work instead of the chat. Okay, so now to the left, new chat is where you go. You want to start a new chat, you start there. Search chat. If you chatted about something last year and you can't remember and you don't know where that chat is, but you can remember a keyword in that chat. Maybe I can search for something. Maybe I've done something using for science school. Like I'll say, oh, I can't remember what the chat is, but I know it was for science school. I know I usually just use this and I'll search it. Oh, I will see, oh yeah, I've chatted about this here. I've chatted about this here. So I can open it and remember what I did. So this is how you search for things you've done in the past and you can't remember where the chat is. Then there's something called library. So library is anytime you ask it to create an image or create a file for you, it saves it in your ChatGPT. So it means anytime I created image last week, last month, you might think it's gone in the chat. It's not gone. It's somewhere. If you go to the library, if I click on my library, I will see like all the things I've been creating. I can click on image. I will see images I've been creating so far, files, the same thing. So now we are moving on to schedule. So schedule, you can schedule something. So what is schedule? I can schedule every Monday morning, do this for me, and it's going to do that for you. So now one thing I have scheduled here is called Cloudcore Weekly Idea. So my business is Cloudcore Hub. I've been chatting. In fact, I've done a lot of things with my business on ChatGPT. So it knows my business more than, well, not more than I do. But I can ask it question about, oh, what do you think about this? I'm trying to do this for my business. ChatGPT already knows because we've been chatting about my business a lot. So now I've said, I actually just scheduled this thing today. Like I never had anything scheduled on my ChatGPT. I've been doing a lot of scheduled on my Claude. But for this demonstration, I wanted to just, fix something. I came here and I saw ideas and I said, okay, let me schedule something every Sunday. Give me weekly idea for my business. So it's more like content because it knows I create content about the things I do. So content idea weekly. And before I did that, it helped me to say, oh, this is the prompt. Create one high value core hub content idea that blends current threads with practical business value across workflow automation. So this is just talking about my business and it's saying, oh, the targets a mixed audience. I want it to be mixed audience. These are the things I defined when I was setting up this schedule. So it's going to run every Sunday evening and it will come out in the chat and say, oh, this is what you asked for. I'll read it. If I'm okay with it, yeah, I can, make content on that or not. Or I'll wait for another Sunday. I can do this to be running for me every day. First thing in the morning. Oh, what do we have for today? To give me, instead of me, waking up every morning thinking about what am I going to prompt, it will take that burden and it will do research on the web and say what is new today, and it will just pop that up for me. ChatGPT also has access to the web, so it can search web and look for threads or look for news or things. If I'm interested to talk about business stock or US stock or Nigerian stock or what is going on in Nigerian industry or kidnapping cases in Nigeria, it can always just go to the web and search and collect information from what is going on, and it's going to give that information to me first thing in the morning. Once I wake up, turn on my computer, boom, it will give me whatever I'm looking for in that morning without even me saying anything. So scheduled work, you can schedule it if you're paying for. I don't know if it is free if it is also there for the free version, but if you're paying already, you can schedule this and you have this, do things for you. You can also schedule things like read my emails every morning and tell me what is the most important thing I should focus on, that morning. So before you're waking up to even check your phone, once you get on your computer, ChatGPT is going to give you rundown of what is in your email and what you should concentrate on, or even the responses you should give to those emails. All right, so moving on, we've talked about schedule. Now we'll talk about plugins. So schedule and work. When we talked about work, work needs access to like Google Drive, Google Meet, or Google Sheets or Google Docs. It needs access to something. If you want it to work, you need to give it access to something. Or if you need it to do something in your computer, you need to give it access to your computer. So now this is where plugins come in. So those things you give it access to are plugins. Like, GitHub is a plugin, there's Google Drive is a plugin, and so many other things, Calendar, Google Sheet, Google Docs, all those are plugins. So once you click on it, if you're on plugins, you can add it. You can, click it and it will prompt you, oh, you're adding this. It will ask you to sign in. I will sign in because I have Notion. So now, yes, it has signed me in because I have Notion on my computer and I have Notion app, or I'm signed in into it. I will now do continue. So with that, ChatGPT now has access to my Notion. What do people use Notion for? It's for productivity. It writes, you can see, well, we're not here to talk about Notion, but any app you're looking to connect it with is all here. You can look for it. Dropbox, you know what Dropbox is? Places where you save files, you save so many things. You can tell ChatGPT you can connect your Dropbox to it, and you can ask it, oh, go to my Dropbox, arrange things, organize things, and put them in their individual folder, and it's going to do something like that for you. So these are plugins, like apps, external apps that you want to connect to your ChatGPT. All right, so there's something called Codex. So Codex is more for people that do programming. I don't want to talk too much about it because I think it's only one person that said it's into something that is web development, and that is Abube. I'm not sure if she's on this call, but if she is, let me do a quick check. Oh yeah, she's not here, but moving on. So let's check for more and see what is in the more. So more is image. You can use ChatGPT to create image. I'm going to show us one before we finish this call today. And GPTs are where you can customize, build something. You can build a process. So what a GPT is like building a mini app in ChatGPT. I can say what this app will be doing for me is that every morning, go to the news, go to CNN websites, summarize the news for today and bring it back. That is what I want that GPT to be doing. So it's a GPT, you can build it and you'll be using it for yourself, or you can put this on the public, people can use it. So you can build something called, CNN GPT, but I'm sure CNN will have their own GPT. So, but if you want to have all the news like CNN, BCC, Sahara News, all the news, you want them in one place. So you can build a GPT that can go to all the websites, get all the news, and bring them and give you a summary of that. So you can build that as a GPT. Finances is something you can use. I haven't used this before, but you can use it if you want it to connect to your bank. So if it connects to your bank, it can see your transactions. I'm not sure this is safe for people to use. It can see your transactions, and every month it can say, oh, how was my expenses this month? It can say, oh, this month, this is how much you earn, and this is how much you spent money on. You can ask it financial advice like, what do you think? I want to reduce my expenses from spending $5,000 every month to spending 3,000. What do you think I can reduce? What do you think I can stop, paying for? It will advise you, or look at the things that I think are important, things like that. You can use it for financial advices. Don't take my word for it. If you're okay with it, fine. If not, please move. There's something here called sites. Site is like artifacts for Claude. So sites, if you haven't built if you have a business and you're using ChatGPT and your business does not have a web page, please come here, go to sites and tell ChatGPT what your site is all about. Not what your site, what your business is all about, and it's going to create a website for your business. And when it does create something for you, It's either you publish it or do whatever you want to. But if you have a business, you need your business to be visible for people to see it. See a way to connect you. See that you're also out there. Like, I should be able to search for your name on Google or search for your business, and I see that you have a credible page. So if your business and you're on this call, your business, you have a service you offer, you have products that you sell or whatever you're doing, and you don't have a site for your business, please go build one for yourself. All right, I think that's all on what is in the more. So next thing I need to talk about here is projects. If you want things to be organized in one place, like if I'm always asking ChatGPT, oh, I want to create this content, give me idea for this content, give me idea for this. I will create a folder and I call it content. So it means everything about content will be on that folder. I showed you guys this the other time. No, I call this one TikTok. Maybe it should be something else, but I called it TikTok. Like anytime I want to, research for something on social media, this is where I come to. I have something on deep learning because I have a class I'm doing this semester that is called deep learning. So everything I want to talk about deep learning for that class, I talk about it in this folder. So I don't have it all over the place. So if you want to also create a folder for your business, you can be in one folder and discuss everything. Can I create a website with Claude? Yes, you can create a website with Claude. You have to go to Artifacts. On Artifacts, you describe what you want, and it will show you. So that's one thing with this sites, GPT sites. As you're building, you're seeing it. You're saying, oh, I don't like. Well, you're here. Let's try one. Create site. Somebody said, what? I'm trying to remember. Oh, fashion. Let's say, make me a site about my fashion business. I also, oh, I also sell Ankara. Abi, that's a spelling. Okay. My business is in Asaba, or let's say Delta, Nigeria. Delta, Nigeria. So why did I even say Delta, Nigeria? Or I can say Nigeria, but it makes it, let me say Nigeria. It just makes it ideal to also think, oh, you're a fashion designer and you're in Nigeria. So it's looking more into our native wears, looking more into typical dress that they wear in Africa or they wear in Nigeria. But if I just say I'm a fashion, fashion business or fashion designer, it's going to be generic and build me anything Italian, Chinese, build everything. But when I say Nigeria, now it knows to streamline things. If I also want to streamline it more, I can say, oh, for men or for women, for children. But from what you said, you told me it's for men, women, and children. So I wouldn't say that. But I can also say it, but is for everyone. So once I've done this, I will just say, enter, and I will allow it to build. So, but one thing with this is you will see it. And I was telling Dorothy, he asked me something about if you can build it on Claude. On Artifacts, as you're building, is going to, show you, and as you're seeing it, you say, oh, I don't like this, I like this, remove this, put it like this. You'll be seeing what you're building. But if you ask a web developer to build something for you, the developer will go home, build something, book a meeting with you, show you, you say, oh, I like this, I don't like this. The person will go back, build something, after some days, come back. You'll be going back and forth, and that's going to take days, weeks, months before you have an end product. But with this, you're seeing what you're doing, you're seeing everything. So now it's asking me question, what is the logo, product video? Well, I don't have any of this. I will just say, just build it. Just build it. I will figure out logo and images later. So now that I've said it, it's okay. It will just ignore that I don't have logo. Or I could even say, oh, create one logo for me. It's going to create logo for you, things like that. But just make sure you give as much information as you could so it has what to build. Okay, back to a project. We're talking about projects. Now I've talked about projects. So projects, this is where you have all your projects. If there's one you use all the time, you can pin it so that it stays on the pin. So this is on the pin is still the same project folders, but just that I use those ones now often. So that's why it's on the top. Another thing, yeah, here is charts, is like old charts history. Important thing that you can do now is to come to your ChatGPT and go to your settings. So while our site is building, we come to settings and to think about things like, oh, if you're worried about your data, AI using your data for anything, you don't want your data to be on the web, all those things, this is where you sort it out. So, and if you don't want it to remember the things you talked about, like I mentioned earlier, that, oh, ChatGPT now knows my business. I can say, oh, what do I do? Like, what is my business? It can tell me and tell me everything because I don't mind. I've been discussing this with it and it has history of what I've been talking about on my business. But if I don't have my history enabled, anytime I say, oh, my business is Cloudcore, I will still have to explain my business to it every time and give it context. Like, give it, this is what I'm doing. I have to be giving information about it. If you're not interested in, memory, that's okay. If you just want it to one chat and you're done, you don't want to come back to that discussion again, that's okay. You don't need to enable your history or, chat, things like that. Um, okay, this allow is all from the chat or from the site. So here on the setup, you can set up multi-factor authentication for your ChatGPT if you're interested in that. But here is the main place, which is personalization. And personalization is, how do you want ChatGPT to respond to you? Now, let's bring it this way. If you're looking to hire a personal assistant, well, how are we doing with time? How do you want your personal assistant to be responding to you? Do you want your personal assistant to be, be a ask kisser, or want to just whatever you say yes, ma, I'll do this, you say yes, ma? Or do you want your personal assistant to look you in the face and tell you, auntie, no, that is not good. Don't do it. Do it like this. Like, any way you want the thing to sound, that's how it will sound to you. So here, I like candid. I like you to be, direct. Tell me as it is. If it's good, if it's not good, yeah. But if you want it to be friendly, warm, chatty, that's if you're using your ChatGPT to just, flex, warm, just talk about, complain and talk about work and talk about people. Yeah, you can change it to friendly and be talking like that. If you want to be, polished, always talking professional, always this, you change it to that. You can read through this and see the one that works for you and you select that. Then, all these ones are not, well, really important. Plugin, this is where you see all the plugins, all the things you've connected, things you can disable and things you can leave, and you can set up more like permissions, like what do you want it to be doing, allow or ask me for permission first, you set that up here. Voice is if you want to be using, talking instead of typing, so you can be using this as well. Billing is not necessary for us, so usage is not necessary. So this is data control. This is where you see the first thing it says here: improve the model for everyone, and mine is off. So it means I don't want you to use whatever we chat to go train yourself. So this is where you turn this off. If you leave it on, whatever you chat with ChatGPT, they are collecting your data and they are using it to train their future model. If you don't want that, please disable it, turn it off. And yeah, this is where you can clean up your chats, delete things or archive them. Or if you're looking to move from ChatGPT to another AI, and you want that AI to already have the memory that ChatGPT has, this is where you do it. You come here and do export data to export everything that it knows about you, and you can import it into Claude, Perplexity, or Gemini, anywhere you're taking it to. This is where you do it. All right. So cloud browsing, if you wanted to browse, get information from anywhere, you put that here. Storage, this is where it saves everything that is generating for you to save it. safety, all this one. Yeah, this other one is called parental control. If you want to have your children in the same account with you, you already have a paid version. There's no point subscribing for your kids. You can all be in one account. So you can add family members, add them. And this also gives you control on how much they can be using AI or what the things they can. The same way we set up parental controls for TVs for our kids because we want to have an eye on the things that they watch and the things that they do on their phone and, things like that. So you can be sure that you have a look on the things that they do because kids can do a lot on this app. So make sure you have control over it. Well, that's all about setting up. Oh, this final one is called trusted contact. If you, well, people do this on Facebook as well. If you want to have a trusted contact, like if the AI starts sensing that you're depressed or you're having suicidal thoughts, it's going to prompt somebody and say, oh, I think something is wrong with this person. When you go to a therapist and you be talking, they're trying to revive you, even though everything you discuss with a therapist, it is confidential. But anytime they sense danger to your life, that you want to kill yourself or kill somebody, or anytime they sense something, they are going to alert somebody, an authority, to say, oh, let's keep an eye on this person, something, let's address this before something goes wrong. So if you need a trusted person, you can add this here so that if something is going out of line, they will contact that person to say, oh, put this person in check. Things could be going wrong. So if you have your kids that are over 18 that are using ChatGPT, you can make sure that in their trusted contact that they have, a parent, so that if something is going wrong, that parents will know that, oh, they're already chatting something they shouldn't be chatting on these apps. All right, that's it. Let's go back and see if it has done anything for our side. All right, so without even doing anything or saying so much, while we were busy saying something or discussing something else, ChatGPT was creating a website for us. So you see something he created, like, you see this, it's so, as far as I'm concerned, this is beautiful. But if I don't like the color, like the vibe, or like, no, I will chat it and say, oh, I don't like this color ideas. Take this color. This is what I'll prefer, to put it. You start refining and start. This is also called vibe coding. If you've been hearing vibe coding, this is what it is. You just talk vibe and the AI will just do the coding for you and you go back and forth. That is called vibe coding. So yeah. So you can use this vibe or this process to create a website, web app, or even a mobile app. All right. So back to what we were saying, which is our slide. I gave some context to discuss something. All right. So let's, for instance, you want to prompt. Now we're talking about prompting. How do you communicate with ChatGPT? Are you using it like you're using Google? Oh, what is this? What is climate change? Things like that. It will just go cram and pour, bring something. Climate change is this, climate change is that. But when you're asking a question, look at what I want you to say. Excuse me. 1 minute. All right. So instead of just saying, what is climate change? You could say something like, but before me telling you what you could say, question for you will be, why do you want to know about climate change? Now I will now start asking myself, well, maybe because I'm writing an assignment and I now know that, oh, I don't even know what climate change is. So I can now give you more context and say, oh, I'm doing an assignment on so thing, and I realize I don't even know what climate change is. What is climate change? And once I have said what I'm doing it for, or oh, I'm a student of Federal University of Technology at Kure, and I'm doing assignments on so thing, and I want to know what climate change is. So what AI has heard from me now is, in the context of climate change, you want to know it because you're doing assignments and so thing, and because your location is in Nigeria, is going to also look, oh, if I'm an agricultural student, it's also going to know, oh, you're an agricultural student, so it's going to address climate change based on your context, based on your background. Oh, you're agricultural student, so you're looking for how climate change is affecting agriculture or how it's helping it. So these are the things that you put. So instead of saying something, write an Instagram caption for my fashion business. You could say something, oh, you're a fashion marketing assistant. Write this, do this. This is the tone I'm looking for. This is my target audience. This is where my business is located. So when it's writing something for you, it has clear understanding, because you don't want ChatGPT to be generic. So that's what we are avoiding. We don't want it to be generic. Have you ever heard someone talking or read something online? You'd be like, that was written by an AI. Because it wrote it, it was just so generic. So it's generic, everybody can generate the same thing. But when you give it context, it knows more, then it will give you more. All right, so that's one example of context. How much are we doing with time? We have just 15 minutes on it. And all right, so let's go do some demo. Now we've done demo on site. If you haven't built a site before, now you have an assignment. We did not even prompt it so much. I only said my fashion business. I said Ankara, and my business is in Nigeria. And I just said, just build. Don't worry about logo. Don't worry about any other thing. You can also say yours better, add a logo, add this, add that. All right. So another thing I wanted to do is to I know this is just trying to address something. What I want to do now is I want AI to create a passport photograph for me. I'm going to embassy, I'm applying for visa, but I don't have, that's passport, the way it's shaped, the way it should be, the way the head, the measurement, things like that. I can just tell it here. Let me be sure I'm in the chat. You be on the chat, and I will say, um, here is, but before you want it to build a portrait, no, not portrait, build a passport for you. It's not going to take anybody's face. It needs your face. So you're going to give it to your picture. I would let me see if I can get a quick photo of myself. Oh yeah, this is a quick photo of myself, but this is a professional headshot. So when I say professional headshot, I can use this for my LinkedIn, use this for anywhere, but it's not a passport photograph. So I can't use this to the embassy because I'm tilted like this. So passport photograph here, I would say here is my photo. Please create a passport, let's say passport photo for me for US visa. So when I say US, I can just say United States, United States of America, America visa, you know. Um, I don't want to say too much. This is all I want to say. But before I send this out, make sure you click on create an image, or you can go to this plus sign and look for image. Make sure you're on image. But sometimes when you say create an image, it will know to use that plugin, but just make sure you select this. And I've given it a photo. Remember, I said you want it to create a photo of you, so it needs you. If you say create a photo is going to take a random person and put their face. So I'll put this, and while we're waiting for this, let's be talking about other things. So why this one is moving on, I also, the next thing we're going to do is to I've also talked about schedule. So if you have a business, you run a business, make sure that if you're using ChatGPT, make sure you're using schedule, use work. Ask it to do something for your business every day. One thing you can even tell it to, the simplest, motivates me every day, like every morning, motivates me, give me energy, like give me energy to sell every morning. Once you get, if you're using it on your phone, well, let me see if there's a schedule thing on the phone, and if you can use it on the phone. Oh, there's, the schedule is on the phone, so yeah, you can schedule it, and once your phone is on, yeah, it will run and it will return to you. So our photo is ready. So here we have our photo. I don't like this because my face is still tilted. So now I see this error, I will say, oh, this is not nice. Not not okay, not good. My face is tilted. Make it proportional. Well, if that makes sense. So now, when I was saying the benefits of AI in the beginning, human judgments. Remember, I said something about we still have the creativity, we have the judgment. Now I've seen that what he did is not right. So I will tell it what you did is not right. So we still have judgment, but the speed, instead of me driving to go snap photo, well, it has taken that labor of me driving to go snap photo to do this or start positioning myself to do things, is taking that away from me. All right, so he's doing this, and what else? So remember what I said: set up a schedule for your business. Every morning, it should be telling you something for your business. If you want your business to be visible, you should be using this. Like, what should I be saying on my WhatsApp? Or what should I be saying on my Instagram or my Facebook, so that people will know that this is my business, this is what I'm doing. So you can ask it every morning, this is the post I want to give me a content idea. Not even content idea. If you know so much about your business, just say, give me a content I will post on my Facebook every day. You see what it did? It has moved my face. Now my face is showing. But one thing that it cannot fix is I have earring. I have earring on one ear. So I could tell it to remove the earring. Let's even see. Please remove the earring. Remove the earring. Oh yeah, someone asks, is this available in Plus? I don't know if you can create image if you're not on Plus, but you can check. The only difference between paid and free version is limits. You still have so many other things available, but you might be allowed to use that thing once, but someone that is unpaid might use it twice or three times or unlimited. Well, Plus is not unlimited. There are ones that are unlimited. You can use it and do whatever you want to do. Remove the earrings, please. I'm not sure I should keep selecting, create image on this, but let's just be waiting. All right. So, like I was saying, you ask it every morning, give me a post. I will post on my Facebook. This should be the length of the post. And also create well, if you're on a Plus, you say create an image to show, maybe some creative image I can post along with it. And also give me 5 hashtag. So every day to give you that, you copy, post. There are other things you can automate. You can automate that process with other tools. But just for starter, you can just, whatever it gives you, you read it, you're fine with it, you copy, you go post it on Facebook. So that every morning you're not worried about, oh, what should I talk about, what should I post on Facebook, because yeah, with our business we have to be visible, people have to be seeing us. So now we are still doing this. I have one more other thing to show on image, but this one is taking time. So now we've talked about what we should be doing with our business, and I hope we are writing all that down. See, it has removed the earring. Now it looks like I'm ready for the passport. But I think I don't like the way I'm smiling. So I can tell it to please. The smile is too much because the smile came from the original picture. You get. But I don't think I want to keep doing that. Let's move to something else. Can we use it to create a flyer for our business? Of course. Why are we here? So you can tell it well because I'm already talking about passports. Let me say something. You have my original photo. Original photo. Please create a business flyer. Well, if I say create a business flyer, it's going to, because it's been creating flyer for me, it will create something similar to what it's been creating for me. So don't be surprised if you see something that you're not expecting. Somebody's coming in late. So you have my original photo. Please create a business flyer announcing announcing my product launch. My product launch. Well, I didn't say too much, but because you already knows, if you haven't done it before, give it your logo, give it your business color, because it needs all those things to be consistent. Not like today you're showing us purple and blue, tomorrow you start showing us red and orange. You have to be consistent with whatever color you're showing. So now I will say this and let's see what it's going to create. All right, I said I was still going to create something on image. Well, what else? The other thing I wanted to do is all on fashion to say, oh, AI, look at my face, look at my skin tone, look at my shape, the shape of my face, look at my eye color. Can you help me, analyze my skin and tell me the type of clothes and color I should be wearing? So by the time I give you something, some prompts like that is going to well, we'll see that. We'll still do it before we end this call. But let's finish with the business plan. I hope I'm addressing everything people asked me of. Somebody said something about being in medicine, their internal something in the hospital. So I'm not sure the person is here. But well, just to address it, if you're and so someone said HR, Ngozi said she's into HR. Well, she's not here. So when you're working with people and you're working with people's information, please be careful not to say so much about people on here. Don't use their name, don't use anything that shows is them. So see, a design use my original image I gave it to and do product launch, give some design. So now I don't have to do so much. I can just download this and post. But well, as far as I'm concerned, this is not ready. It still needs some touch. What are the touch? I don't like all this Instagram, WhatsApp thing because it's not clickable, so it doesn't make sense. I can tell it to remove it. I can, start saying things like, oh, write the name, write the actual name, like my website name or my email, write it. I can tell it, write it, write my phone number, do things so I can post and be sure it's ready. Anything AI generates for you, you still have the judgment to say, this is okay, this is not okay, remove this, do it like this. You still have judgment. So whatever you post online, you're liable to it. So if it is wrong, we'll hold you accountable to it. If it is right, yeah, kudos to you. So make sure you do the good judgment, be diligent with the things you do. Don't put so much information, well, not so much. Don't put people's information in your own ChatGPT. It's up to them to put their name if they want to put their name. All right, so let's do the analysis and say, oh, well, now I've talked about products. It will think this girl is confused. But that's the prompt. Use the portrait, create a diagram first. I'm looking for my color analysis, look at my skin tone, show which clothing color suits the subjects, through visual comparison. So let's see what this is going to do. So what I'm trying to get with this thing, and you see here, I didn't select image anymore. I didn't say create image, but it already knows that it's image we are creating. So it will start creating image. So now that we're still here, I will appreciate any question. If there's any question you want me to address on this call, or you want to send me a personal message, yeah, you can do that later. Oh, somebody asked about video. So sorry. Okay, so while this is creating, let's see if we can go. Okay, so OpenAI, they have, well, because I'm talking about OpenAI, so I'm just stuck with just talking about OpenAI. Um, but in terms of creating videos, the tools I use are all paid for. I use Higgsfield. If you're interested in me showing you that, direct, you're the one that asked, I can show you that. But if not, let me see if I can use free ones. People say, yeah, Grok can create video. Imagine. Let's see. Can you create a video for me? Can you create a short video for me? Let's see if you can. Oh, such an age. What's my age? I'm 50. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, the year I was born. Okay. Save it. Yeah, because we want to be sure that I'm not a kid to do that. All right. So while this is creating, let's see what it did for us. Now, looking at this, we have asked it to do something for us. These are things you can pay, maybe a fashion. I don't know who you can pay to do this. Maybe a skin analyst to look through our skin. There are people that are crazy about things like that, like what colors should I be wearing? What colors should I avoid? So now that I've looked at this, it's telling me my best color. Well, I don't agree with this thing because I think yellow is okay on me. I like yellow. So I don't know why it's picking up this dark color for me. But things like this, you can also tell it your preference, like, hey, I think warm colors should be good. You can tell it so that it knows that your black people should be using bright colors and things like that. But I guess it's doing this based on weather. It might be saying, oh, skin dimension is saying, oh, I have a deep skin tone and my skin is warm. Okay, that's cool. And chroma, whatever that means. And so it will just select things like that and say, oh, let me ask another question. I have another prompt to talk about this same skin thing. And while we are on that, let's go back to Grok and see if it can create video for us. Yes, I can help create a short video. Oh, let me, because I'm not looking for something fun. Something fun, silly, like bouncing text, countdown. Oh, let me just do bouncing text and cats. Well, I hope that makes sense. I haven't created any video on Grok before, but try apps and see. Grok is actually free. This is the first time I'm using this. So you can use it and see things you can create. But in my experience, I've only used Higgsfield. So I use Higgsfield to create video. So if you're on Higgsfield, you can connect Higgsfield to your Claude and you can chat and say, oh, this is what I want. And it will create it for you. And it will use Higgsfield MCP to create it for you. So I'll show you guys some things I've created before. Oh, I did some animation for myself and for some people. I hope I'm in the right account. Video, create, edit video. Let me be here. All right. I think I'm in the wrong account. Let's see. Higgsfield. All right, I'm in the wrong account. Oh, see, I'm not talking to you. I
Okay.
was sign out because it's only 10 sign out. So I'm in the wrong account. Let me log in again. This is my right account. Okay, this is me being silly and creating stuff. But this is one video you can create. I just gave it my logo and he animated it. So with this, you only need to know the prompt and you say, oh, this is what I want to create. And it will create it for you. So you don't need to sweat it. So back to Grok. Let's see what Grok has created for us. You see, Grok is free. Meow, meow, meow. So it's good. So this is what he did. So you can ask it. This is something you can, if you like something like this, you can download it and post anywhere you want to post. But since you're looking for video, you have to be specific and say, this is what, well, let's ask what I do or what you can do is go to ChatGPT. Let me create, write, I would say right. Oh, there's something I didn't show us. This mic here. If I don't want to type, I will just use this mic. Let me try. It might not work because I'm on a call and my mic is on the Google, so it might not work. Please create a short video of a Nigeria. Okay, someone has given prompts. Thank you. Let's use your prompts. Where is my chat? Oh, why can't I see the chat you just dropped now? Huh. I mean, I can't see. I know you dropped the chat, but I can't see it. Or did you send it to me personally? Well, let's ask. I usually use ChatGPT to create prompts. I will say create a detailed prompt to create a video of cats playing in the beach. So whatever prompt it gives me, I will take that prompt. What is this? It's wrong. Oh, now I've seen your prompt. Sorry, it has dropped now. Okay, let me take yours and go back to Grok. I hope it won't tell me I'm out of credit. So let's wait for it and see what it creates for us. But well, guys, thank you for sticking on with me for this long. Whatever you've learned today, please apply it. Don't just sit down here and listen. Apply it, start using it. The more you start using it, the more you find value in using it. AI is not taking your credibility, is not taking your creativity, it's not taking your judgment. It only needs you to give it access for it to expedite things you're doing, scale, speed, processing speed. These are the things AI can help you do. Something you'll be doing that'll take you 1 week to do. AI can do it in 10 minutes. So why wasting time to do it? Spend time in thinking and judging. So you can be judging and be thinking and be creating. So, but doing, let it do the work. So why you do thinking? So let's see. Oh, now he said I've reached my limit. So well, for me to do this, I have to upgrade and be on the paid version for it to create this for me. But let me even ask ChatGPT if it can create video for me. Um, please create a short video. Let's see if you can say create it. Maybe my create image. For you to create video, I think you have to go to Sora. I'm on the chat, so it means it's going to do anything that is chat for me. Please, an assignment, any assignments? Yeah, so the assignment for you, Amaruko, you're asking me this. I know you said something about you. I know you're into business. You sell products like physical products. So one thing you will do for yourself is how do I be more visible? How do I become more visible so that people will see me and and patronize me. If you need to book a call with me, yeah, you can reach out to me. We can talk more about your business. How do I make people visible? Because if I tell you, oh, you must build a website, it also comes at a cost, because if you're building a website, you have to get a name, a DNS, a domain name. So whatever your business is.com, you need to get that name. You need to make it professional. But if you're not making so much money, that's okay. But if your business is already making money and you're looking to scale and go global, please, get that DNS name, create a website. It doesn't have to be fancy, something simple. Click, click, click. So now I've asked it to do video. I don't know what it's creating for me. Selling. All right, banana with big smile, you see, but it created only picture because, yeah, you can now use this picture to go to Hicksfield and say, animate this video, then it will animate it. But well, how do I become more visible so that people will see me more? Oh, good question. Well, you have to join my heart circle. So for you to learn how to be visible with your business. So it's a gradual process. You have to keep showing up for your business, keep talking about it, create things that people will see every day, and not every day, but every week, just be consistent. Show people things you do that they will recognize you. And even though it doesn't come, if you post it every day for 1 week, you might not get response from people. But in a month, in 2 months, in few months, people will know you for it and start reaching out to you that, oh, I know this person is this and that and that, and they will connect or contact you. So that is how to be visible. Show up for yourself. And how do you show up? By creating content, posting text, posting images, posting things that is showing about your business. Flyer, common flyer. You can make flyer and show people things you have made. If you don't have good camera, whatever you snap, put it on ChatGPT. Say make it clear, make it ultra realistic. It will make it superb. You post it, things like that. There is absolutely no limitation for your business. You can use AI to scale and remove everything that is a barrier in your business. So if you need more information, please, you can still reach out so we can talk. I think I've talked too much. This is over an hour we are talking, and you guys have to go sleep. And I think that's all for you guys. I will continue with my classes on Wednesday. And those of you that attend classes, I'll see you again on Wednesday. So, yeah, thank you guys. And I love you. If you have questions, I keep saying this. My consultation is not free, but I'm leaving it free for you guys. Reach out. Don't tell me tomorrow business this. Reach out. So now that you can see me, reach out. In a few years, you might have to pay before you see me. But now that you're seeing me, please make use of me now that you're seeing me. Because in a few months, honestly, you have to pay to talk. In fact, you can't even call me on WhatsApp. You have to pay to speak to me on WhatsApp. So, yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys again, and have a good night. Bye.